When I paid for subscription and they sent me the program, I checked it and I said, I called her, Ruby, there's a problem with your program. The reason I want to come to entrepreneurship class is because I want to learn about business planning. I do strategic planning for many customers, but I find disconnect when it comes to a small business. So I wanted to find how I can fit. So I was looking for business planning session in this class. And I told her, I can't see it. She told me 3 things. The first thing she told me is, Simon, we hear you are concerned, but we are confident about the content we are offering. We are sure it will satisfy your needs. That was very clever of her. She paused me and I was able to listen to her. The second thing she said is this. However, I'm going to talk to the facilitator so that in the event that they have not captured it in the content, to make sure that it is covered. I said, okay. When I was almost cutting off, she said, but wait a minute. If it's not available for some reason, and it is be part of the classes in the future, we will incorporate you and call for a free session. What would you have done if you were me? I would have just continued. And when I came, I remember when we were doing this topic number 5 on the strategy and structure, Waithaka captured my expectation so well. And I'm just trying to convince, because I'm supposed to give testimonies here. That's part of the good thing that you find in Centonomy. Part of the reason I was challenging the program is because I have a background in some of these things. So I was thinking, I know a bit, so why is this missing or that? But what they have done is this. They have simplified things for me. They were able to do something which is very huge in a very short time. And it made an impact in my thinking process and the way I do things. And of course, apart from asking them so many questions, sometimes you feel like they're a bit uncomfortable, but never mind. As you come to know, I'm an accountant, I'm also a teacher. And we run more by asking than saying yes. So that's partly why I was asking, because I know as an educationist, you have to ask more to learn more. They did a very good job. And what I can say, I picked a few points for almost every unit in terms of the lessons that I learned. Some of these things we are already implementing where I'm doing my services, and at personal level, I'm also implementing them. The first one is why. When you are doing something, ask yourself, why did you start in the first place? Especially when you wanted to quit. Because when you know why you started, you always come back to the beginning. We also say that when you know why you are doing something, don't worry so much about what, because the what will show up. It's like those who believe in God. When you have the faith, you say we walk by sight, by faith, not by sight, isn't it? And therefore, if you remember, Maxwell taught us from the first unit, and he told us that use the reason why you started something and then build your vision from there. And he mentioned this book by Simon, my namesake, Sinek, called Why. In the shopping list I'm going to do next, Simon Sinek is one of the books I'm going to buy and read. The next thing that came from one of the guy who taught something I've never heard. He told us, when you are meeting somebody, because you're entrepreneurs and you are giving goods and services, when you meet people, how are you able to solve their problems? The key thing is to empathize with them, understand their emotional circumstances, and be able to define their need and solve their problem. So with this, one of the key things that I've taken away from Centonomy to be able to help me reach out to more customers and be able to convert them. Not for my money, of course if they pay me money I'll take it, but to be able to solve their problems, breaking the fear cycle. The third thing called fear is very bad. I remember when I did Centonomy 101 and of course trying to invest, keep on wondering, should I put this money in government? You know what's happening in the economy? These people, they might take our money and then they refuse to pay us back. But after thinking, I just fear. Am I the only one anyway? How many people have invested? So what I've been able to do, I've been able to go and enter the government investment. I mean the government papers and others, as an example. And this is helping me, even when you stand before people to talk. There's a lot of fear. But as a teacher, I always told people, now you are looking at me. How many people know that you're looking at me? It's only one person. Me, I can see so many faces, but only one person is looking at me. So you are not looking at me at the same time. So why should I fear? If I can fear, then I should fear when I'm talking one-on-one with you. Just to illustrate how powerful these messages can impact us now and day-to-day arrives. Putting your business in one page. Business canvas model. Something I had not come across. And this is something, if you started doing yours and you have not finished, let's build the momentum, and it is very useful. Actually, for me, you don't need another business plan when you have this. It is for you to be able to know how you relate internally and externally with your stakeholders. And the other one on marketing, the complement of that is what you call customer segment persona. This thing is so powerful. It mirrors the business canvas model to know who are my customer. Position yourself in digital platform, and you'll be able to get a big market for your business. These are some of the things that I'm trying to implement now to be able to change the way I reach out to my customers. I'm moving very fast. There's another one here when we talk about the cash flow. I'll tell you for sure, and you have been taught in our class, business fail mostly not because they don't have a good idea, but because they're not managing money properly. And when you know how to manage your working capital, that is the current asset, current liabilities, then you're able to optimize your cash flow. And coming close to that is one area that is very, very, very interesting. Personally, I've suffered because of debt. I took debt for the wrong reasons, and I've almost sworn never to borrow. But there's one guy who took us through the raising capital, and he took us through the stages. From right when you're in the valley of death to the stage where you're on the top. And what I understood is you have to know what you want to do with the money before you borrow it. Don't just borrow it to look like the big guy in the compound. And then, at what stage do you need to borrow that money? And then, is it going to impact on you so that you're able to grow your business? That's something very important that I picked from this class. And alongside that, there's a small hobby that I had, and I'm now formalizing it, because from the legal class we were also told that the best way to do business is through a company, not joint. Raising capital, running business as a company, and the tax issues. Always make sure you have got good books of account, what you call a financial statement. And this is not marketing. If you do not have one, look for somebody who can help you so that you have them, not for KRA for you, then KRA and other reasons. You must learn to pay yourself. Pay yourself. And when you pay yourself, when you put the money in the pocket, manage it well. And that's where Centonomy Entrepreneurship links with Centonomy 101. Right association. You become part of who you associate with. You are with 10 broke people, you are likely to be the 11th one. You are with 10 successful people, you are likely to be the 11th one. Choose your association wisely. And that brings me to the last point on entrepreneurs. Please, now that you have met each other, find out what you can complement with each other and support each other, network and support each other, because you could not have a better association than among this team that you have here.